Good afternoon, everyone. It is Thursday, April 3rd, 4 p.m. Back at it with another episode of the podcast. Today I'm joined by Captain Black Ice himself.
Oh yes, you already know it.
Jaeger Bernard.
Yep, on this beautiful cloudy afternoon.
What do we have for the run today, Jaeger?
We have a 45-minute at recovery pace. Nothing special, nothing hard.
Also, you can pump your arms. Michael.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah. So, legend has it your name isn't actually Jaeger.
Ooh, that'll be an interesting legend you heard there.
So, can you tell us the story of how you got? It's your middle name, right?
Correct, yeah.
You're James Jacob Bernard.
Yes, I am.
Ah,
Here comes Coach
you showed
Lumberton.
up.
You just gotta get like a shit
Late to practice.
This thing is absolutely
What do you know?
4 times. That's all. It's actually
All right,
like a, it's like a,
back to the story.
gotta
So,
Anyway,
just gotta get a shit ton
my dad's name, or let's start with my grandpa.
okay.
His name was James something Bernard. So then my dad, he came along, they named him James Jacob Bernard. And then they're like, you know what? Let's make this a three-peat. And they named me James Jaeger Bernard. I don't know where Jaeger came from. Kind of sounds German, but you know, we're here.
Yeah.
I'm unique. Mom said I was special.
Stuck.
It did. It did.
I doubt anyone on this TV knows you're real.
I honestly don't think so.
Yeah.
Because I never really go by it. The only place I go by James is really just working.
Oh yeah.
Because, you know, I don't have a competency rate at Taco Bell, so gotta keep it simple.
Well, yeah, even on the race results and stuff, you're still Jaeger, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm always entered as Jaeger. I've seen a few times where I was entered twice in a race as James and Jaeger.
Oh.
Yeah, so had a
That's
little
neat.
ghost runner.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I appreciate you sharing that.
No problemo.
So, let's go back to the very beginning. Can you tell us
Okay.
about your family, siblings, where you live, all that?
Okay, so basically, you know, I was conceived in a nice little quaint town called Perrysburg. Grew up in a nice little house with a mom, a sister, a dad. Then we had a few dogs here and there, but you know, they go. And then it was always a nice little peaceful life. Then my dad started moving around a little bit, so he had a few different places where we would go. They were pretty cool. He had a cabin in Michigan at one point, so we got to go up there on the weekends and have a little fun on the lake and meet some new people. Got to drive a golf cart at age 8. You know, probably not legal, but we'll live. And then, yeah, he kind of kept moving around and settled back in to Rossford, probably when I was 3rd or 4th grade, and it was a pretty cool home. It's a little one-story, had 4 acres of woods in the back. It's a pretty nice place to just chill out and grow up. And yeah, ever since then I've just been kind of living with my mom, chilling out in the P-Burg. Yeah.
I'm impressed you can reach the golf cart pedals these days.
You know,
You're a
I
tall
was
8-year-old.
I wasn't always that tall, but I think I had a little bit of legs to get there.
I was like,
And with the assistance of babysitters.
I guess I'll have to start
you're
with
right.
I'll start May 5th. Day of these days.
Motorcyclists like that.
Little hoodlum.
Pretty sure I have no motorcycles. It's okay.
I mean, as long as you can't read, you're okay to do it.
So next on here, how you got into running in the first place?
Oh, okay. So when I was, I think, 2nd grade, there's this run advertised at Toph Element. Well, guess we're just going this way.
Downtown.
But
Not the black guys, I thought you said we're going wrong way.
well, we're switching it up.
I'm distracting and we're recording a pod episode.
Yeah, but anyways, Toph Elementary, there's a run advertised. It's a 5K, no, not a color run. Just a little fun run, raise some money. And they advertised getting a medal at the end. Now this was like a big sealer of the deal. I thought, oh my lord, a medal. This is like so cool. Gonna be like everybody with their trophy cases. So I sign up, and then my mom signs up as well. And yeah, we signed up, we got there to do it. There was a bunch of other people from my class, and I'm like, okay, I can probably win this race. You know, I was a 2-time walking club champion, had the most laps clocked, and you know, that was like my proudest achievement. Never walking that thing, I always ran it. And yeah, so that was kind of the start, and then from there on I figured, running's kind of fun. So we did like a 5K every month, mainly for like a t-shirt or a medal. And then from there, my mom was like, hey, what if we do like a 4-mile run? Now this was completely unheard of for me. So we went out there, kind of died during it, but you know, it was a good experience. And after that I was like, so maybe I can run 4 miles. Then I did my first 10K eventually. And then, I know that was a big stepping point. It's like, man, I'm doing good at this. So then, a few years later, I think in 8th grade, I think it was 7th, I did a 8-mile run on just some random trails for a race event. I think it was the Great Scott.
Oh yeah.
And you know, I was super proud of that because that's like, oh my lord, I'm close to 10 miles. And that was like, kind of blew my mind.
At that age, especially.
Yeah, so I started up cross country with the team, and we never really did that many big runs. Maybe we would get like, the max was 6 miles, but it was just repetitive mileage reinforcing like being able to run. So that's that. And then 8th grade year was a big stepping stone because I did my first half marathon. And then that was like, holy cow, that's something unheard of. Like, you would think, oh, most adults have a goal of doing a half marathon like once in their life, but I did it in 8th grade.
And was that at Churchill's half?
That was the Glass City half marathon.
Wow.
I did it in a little under 2 hours and 10 minutes.
So did you finish that race liking running more or less?
Other than my foot being kind of destroyed, I had a bigger interest in running because it's like, man, I'm doing things some people like haven't even done before.
Yeah.
And I thought I was a pretty decent runner at the time. And I kept with it. Freshman year, you know, I wasn't the greatest of runners, but I still enjoyed it. And then there's no like really breakthrough times or anything. I took the year off sophomore year, and then junior year, that was like my breakthrough, and I did some really amazing races I never thought were like even possible. And from there, just like really jump-started my motivation. I got really more involved in it, learning like, you know, my body's like a kind of powerhouse and it needs to work like one. And then I got into shoes, and oh boy, that's a whole other story.
It's a whole can of worms. Right?
Yeah.
So junior year was your big breakthrough.
Yeah, especially during track.
Absolutely, yeah. You came out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, I remember the first breakthrough race. It was after two 800 appearances, clocking in a whopping 2:14. Got put in the 1 mile, got my new dragonflies, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready for this. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm ready. And then it's coming down to the final lap and kind of just holding on. And then I'm like, maybe I can put a little more energy in the last 200. I passed everybody, win that first place spot in that open 16 and get a 4:55. And after that, I'm like, holy hell.
You know what your mile PR was up to that point?
Not 100% sure. I think it was like a 5:45 was last time I did like a full all-out mile.
Wow.
So yeah, it was definitely like, I didn't even know this was possible. Like, it opened so many new doors for me and a whole new mindset of, man, I can really do a lot more.
Be good at this.
Yeah. So then it really just like, that was the thing that really jump started me into trying to become the best I could.
And then what do? You turn around and chop like, what, 10 seconds off of that?
Yep. Finished the season with a 4:47.
Woo. And for the viewers' sake, let's not forget you closed that 4:47 mile on like a 62 or something insane.
Oh yeah.
I was there, and that's what you always say.
Yep, I had a tendency of more or less saving too much energy, and I'm like, okay, final lap, final kick, you got to give a little bit of a show. And maybe it wasn't the best on a pacing effort, because I would save way too much energy and think, oh yeah, the last lap is the time to catch people, not any of the laps in between. So, we sprinted a little bit at the end, give a final show for the people, but it was all a learning moment.
Oh, it was hilarious for us, because you would be like third lap fading, and then as soon as you cross that 400 meter mark, it's like you're a different athlete. Shot you up at the end. It was so funny.
I don't know, it's that last lap motivation. The end's coming, so you're like, well,
Yeah,
might as well do something.
that's the thing, because you can tell you had so much untapped potential, because if you just kind of disperse that energy over like the last 600, it's like, gosh, now you're in low 440 territory.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see what you can do this season.
Oh yeah. Because if I can figure out how to race the race, then I feel like the gates just open from there.
Absolutely. Speaking of racing the race, you'll be racing an entirely new race to you. Saturday, is that right?
Yes, I will. I'll be racing the 1200 meter in the distance medley,
Oh boy.
which may sound easier, but then again, it's one less lap and one more opportunity to sort of kick out the gates a little bit. It's basically just,
had to run at 1200.
yeah, I don't know, it's a kind of odd number. Like they always say, 3 is the magic number, but for track, it just doesn't sound right. So
You remind me of the dive from Jack Hayes himself. Just 800 with another lap.
that's a good way of thinking about it.
No, seriously though, that's how I would kind of frame it. Because I tend to go out more conservatively in races than I probably should.
Uh-huh.
And you definitely do, given your mile history. So, plus, first race for the season,
Mm-hmm.
nothing to lose.
Exactly.
Go for it.
Even if I kind of blunder because I go out too fast thinking, oh, I can hold it. It's, a learning moment, and it's a new experience.
Plus, the only person that you're necessarily going to work is I'll be on the other end of that baton handoff.
Yep.
I don't mind.
No, I feel like for the fact I'll have people to sort of pace with and, sort of race against,
Yeah.
I feel like it'll definitely give some more motivation to the fact I gotta kind of fight for the spot.
Absolutely. So zooming out for the rest of the season, have you thought about your overarching goals for your final track season?
Honestly, the big one's just to have fun and not make this not make it a chore to run and do my best. I want to have fun, go in with a open mindset, and more or less see how things can come out.
I love it. I think that's how we all perform our best.
Oh yeah.
You're having fun.
Because sure, having a goal to beat someone or claim a varsity spot is good, but if you're only working on a motivation to keep a varsity spot, that creates a more negative environment for yourself. Because you're looking at your team as opponents instead of people to work off of and train with.
Absolutely. So after high school, what are you thinking? College-wise, career-wise? Just give us a little window into that.
So after I finish my track season, I'll take a well-deserved break and most likely let my body fully heal to a point where I'll be safe to start running again shortly, so I can finally mend my injuries that I've kind of just accumulated and worked through. And then once I'm ready, I'm gonna kind of get on the training bus again. Maybe not ramp it up immediately, just do a little more recreational, no real like big goal in mind. But once it comes time for the Churchills in the Glass City, that's when I'm gonna try to really ramp it up, because I've had some pretty good Churchill's performances before. I've had a 127, and then my most recent one was a 123.50. So
When was that?
that was this most recent Churchill's. So in the Glass City, I've done it almost every year, but I've never really given an all-out effort with my new sort of mindset for running.
Right.
Because last year I had to spare myself because I was running varsity for track and my legs were starting to become a little compromised. So I'm like, okay, I'll just do it easy and enjoy the run instead of worrying about trying to secure the best spot.
Yeah, I mean, you ran 123 like a month after cross country. Sort of detrained at that point, I imagine. I wonder what you could do if you actually focus on the event.
Yeah.
Really cool to see.
And if it's on a flat course instead of a hilly mountain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely something I'm looking forward to because it's a really hyped up event with a really cool atmosphere. So it's honestly going to be a really cool experience to go out there, race it with some highly skilled athletes who come there with the mindset to win.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's mainly the kind of short-term goals. And for like the long term, I plan on maybe going into like full marathons, and once I get bored of that, I might try a ultra marathon or two. Just try to see what's humanly possible of me, because I've had a tendency of figuring out, you know, maybe I can do more than what I gave myself credit for.
That's been the theme of your whole high school career, man.
Basically.
I could definitely see you doing a couple ultras here and there.
Oh yeah. No, and it's all like new experiences, new people you meet along the way, new things you can brag about. So
what do you do in your weekend, huh?
oh, I just casually ran 100 miles.
Yeah.
Oh, really? No, but it just seems like with running, there's so many different paths you can go, and there's never really like a real plateau for just running as a whole.
Yeah.
Sure, you can peak in one race, but then you can go back, find a new type of race, with whole different strategies and whole different means of training, and then get better.
Gosh, the marathon relative to what we do is almost like a different sport.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's like a new frontier.
Yeah, because we may be clocking in like 40-mile weeks, but some marathoners clock half of that in one day.
Yeah, literally.
So, yeah, it's a whole different new ballpark. But, you know, I'll be excited for it when the time comes.
Mm-hmm. I think it's reassuring. You know, okay, I'm going to get the most out of my body at this distance. It's what I can accomplish. But once that's over, if I still have that desire to achieve more, then I can always change to the marathon or something like that.
Because running is more or less like limited, wouldn't you say, as long as you have the right preparation and right things to fuel the adventure.
Yeah, exactly. The beautiful thing about our sport is generally the work to results ratio is really good.
Yeah.
You see improvement pretty quickly if you put in the miles at the time.
Oh no, 100%. It's all based about how much you train and how much you want to train to be the best you can.
Yeah. Whereas other sports, you're looking at like genetically playing a bigger factor.
Oh yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah, because running, you don't have to be some like 7 foot tall, extremely muscular, like God type build. No, you can be almost anyone, but if you put in the work, you can get there.
Even like Luke Miller. I mean, come on, look at him. Oh, he's not listening. But anyway, let's do this segment we did in our last podcast episode. I want to travel ahead in time. Yeah, we can turn. Let's travel, say, 20 years into the future.
Okay.
And I'm curious what the life of 38-year-old Jaeger Bernard looks like.
Ooh.
Ideally, in an ideal scenario. So, let's just start from the morning. Like, where are you living? What's your house like? Who are you waking up at? Ooh,
Okay. Okay, so preferably the perfect morning would start with me actually waking up.
Right. Sort of assumed.
Yeah. You know, as long as I don't work myself too hard or get in some mysterious situation. So, you know, preferably waking up at a comfortable time, but, you know, not too late. Waking up preferably to some sunshine coming through the window to reinforce the fact of, you know, it's going to be a good morning. You know, if I'm waking up next to someone, I don't know who it will be and what context it'll be in, but, you know, that's the adventure of the future.
Exactly.
I'll preferably have a day where I can just wake up on my own schedule, but still know I have to work. And, you know, preferably have a little time in the morning, get what I need, head out the door after admiring a beautiful wall of sneakers, you know. Got the whole rainbow there. And go to my job, preferably as some sort of social worker or clinical counselor at this point. Be able to help the people who need it most and help society advance one person at a time.
You're a saint, bro.
I try. No, the future life, I just want it to be fulfilling and be able to help someone that may need it the most. Like, as long as I can make an impact in someone's life, that'll make me feel better, make them feel better, make, you know, society function better. It's just like a tiny little whole. That's my ultimate goal in life.
That's beautiful.
It is.
I love it. Alright, so you're making the world a better place little by little at your job.
Yep.
So you get off work. What are you doing now?
Ooh. Well, depending on the day, preferably going home, getting a little food, getting some more comfy clothes, and then depending on the day, if I have the energy, might go door dashing, or if in the future that's like flying around little drones. I don't know, always about the side hustle. You know, something where I can just relax, listen to some music, but make money at the same time. So, find some stress-free activity that also benefits me in some way or another. Because I always need a little me time.
Right. If you can make money while you're at it, hell, that's quite a deal.
Exactly. The perfect side hustle.
Yeah. So, do you envision yourself running consistently at this point, or staying active in any way? What do you think?
I imagine myself staying active. I imagine I'll be running. I can't see myself giving up running in the foreseeable future. It's been like too big of a statue in my life, so to just give it up and kind of just drop it would be like a big shocker almost. So yeah, definitely see myself staying active some way or another. I'd prefer to not have the future me be a fat couch potato.
Yeah, I don't think you would let that happen.
No.
Being honest.
Oh, that's a dystopian world, I'll say that.
So does 38-year-old Jaeger Bernard have kids at this point?
You know, that's a good question. I'll have to find someone who would even want that possibility, because I don't even know if I want to bring another me into this world. Maybe just let the bloodline continue with my sister, and I'll just live happily somewhere in my own existence.
I think the world could definitely use more Jaegers. That's just me, though.
It probably could. We'll just have to see about that point.
Yeah.
It's a little too early to think about that, especially for the fact, I don't have the time right now, so it's hard to envision me with the time in the future, considering I'll have like a full-time job,
Exactly.
still be doing athletics, so that only the future can tell.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and do another fun segment.
Okay.
Let's say, hypothetically, you had to pick one current or former member of this team and allow them to date your sister.
Oh my lord.
Who would be your first pick and who would be your last pick?
Oh, this is I'm gonna need to think of this one for a second. I don't know, I feel like for someone to date her, I feel like it would have to be a past member, because I feel like there's a lot more kind of maturity with the past team members. There was always like a sense of, leadership or like role modeling, like genuine behaviors. I would honestly have to say either Caleb Gildner or Caleb Christian. Both were, I feel like, sort of big role models. They were always like sort of a beacon for people. Everyone kind of looked to them.
Very solid picks.
And then for who not to date my sister, ooh, I feel like there's a lot of options for that one. If we're going on the past timeline, I'll probably have to say Beaks. I think that's a solid choice.
I can understand that. Definitely a solid choice.
Yeah. I don't know. You never really think about that.
But it's just fun to throw those hypotheticals.
Yeah. No, I see it. It really lets you just take a look and think, what if?
Exactly. Now, here's another question.
Okay.
let's zoom way out. Say like 70 years into the future or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And your casket is buried underground.
Okay.
What is going to be engraved on your headstone?
Huh.
What?
It's, preferably something heartfelt, but also a little bit of an inside joke for those who really knew me. Because I don't want it like, oh yeah, just in loving memory. It's almost a little too heartfelt. So, I don't really know. I haven't really thought that far ahead. And headstones are expensive, and why spend all that money when I can just be turned into ash and put on a shelf?
That's true. Can you give us a little bit of background on your tattoo, actually?
Oh yeah, so I have a tattoo on my right bicep that says "Bad things happen to good people," and like a typewriter sort of font. And then underneath it says "Love Dad" in my dad's handwriting. And I got it because my dad's been through a lot of things. Some of those I don't really want to get into, but I've always looked at him as a role model in my life. No matter what he's gone through, he's always had a great mindset, and he's always looked out for me and my sister and my family in general, no matter what came across. So I sort of got it for him mostly, just to show that, he's still a role model in my life, and I'll always sort of follow what he says. And he is still alive, if that's what your next question was going to be.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that.
Because if a tattoo, I feel like it's got to have some sort of meaning if you get it. Pre-firing the crosswalk, I see.
Time to lose.
Exactly.
Well, are there any parting words you'd like to leave our guests of the podcast with? Our listeners?
I don't know. More or less just, people can seem like one person. Maybe they're quiet. They don't really do much, but they have a whole personality that's untapped. You only got to really talk to them to figure it out. And some people go through things, and maybe that's what really gives them motivation in life. So you just gotta, instead of always looking at an outside view of someone, you gotta look kind of in their soul almost and figure out like what they've been through and whatnot to really judge them and like figure out who they are.
Yeah. That's such good advice, man.
I appreciate it.
You never know what someone's going through at any moment.
Exactly.
Well, hopefully this podcast can unveil a little bit of that for the guys on this team.
I hope
let's
so.
Let's be honest, who the hell's never going to listen to this? But maybe you or I, like 10 years in the future, can look back on it as a time capsule and
one
see
day
what idiots we were and what we were thinking.
Yeah. Compare the lives we have in the future to the lives we have now, and then just figure out what happened all between.
Right
good
now,
or
we're in
bad.
the present. We're in the present, and I'm excited as all hell to see what you can do this track season.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm ready to give one final show.
Yes, sir.
All right.
That, I want to turn the attention to the junior goons currently running behind us. You want to hand the mic back to Alvin Butler?
Oh, give me that. Oh, sorry, Jaeger. Hello.
Hey. Alvin on the mic.
Hello. What's up?
So, welcome to the podcast, Alvin.
Thank you.
How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
What have you spent your lovely Thursday doing so far?
I had to go see Mrs. Layton and take a practice AP exam.
Ooh, and how did that go for you?
Not fun.
Not fun?
You know, it started off bad, Anthony. It was at 8:30 and I woke up at 8:22. It was like, oh shoot. I didn't even have time to put socks on. I put the shoes on and I put like some pants and a t-shirt on and
wait. You put your shoes on and then your pants?
no.
That works. And then your socks?
And then I just speed my way over to the school and I get in there, everyone's already taking the test and they all have their computer open. I was like, oh, I don't have my computer. And then she asked, do you have your computer? And I was like, it's in my car. It was not in my car. So I ran home, did like a 4-minute mile home, and
You ran? Oh, because you're in the neighborhood.
And so I grabbed Brant's computer out of his bag because I knew mine wasn't charged. And I ran back and I was like sweating. Then I get in there and she was like, oh, you made it. I was like, yep. And she said, I didn't think you'd be coming back. And I was like, well, I'm back.
Holy crap. Well, the punishment is you have 30 fewer minutes to take this AP exam.
Yeah, and then I had to take it.
Okay, but that would be the most incredible flex ever if you could get a 5 with a 30-minute handicap.
I don't know. After we were done, I was like, all right, this wasn't too bad. And then she was like, that was probably the easiest AP exam you'd ever take.
That's what she said for us last year.
And she was like, 82% is a 5. I was like, oh no.
Well, I hope it worked out for you.
I hope so too.
You bring the mic over to
Wait, I got a mic.
How'd you feel about that exam?
I didn't take it.
Use the mic.
Oh, you didn't?
I went to the Kev
You did a
party.
Kev party. How's the Kev party?
Oh, it was the most useful thing I've ever been to in my entire life. No, it was not very useful. Like, what we basically did is he like sat on the dock and kind of just like scroll through everything.
Yep.
And it was like, if you had a question, you asked it. If you don't,
Sit there.
hey, sit there.
You looked at me all the time.
So I
We
like,
scrolled through everything, all the words that he taught us, and we looked at the words on the screen. And we're like, we don't know any of this shit.
I think the most useful thing you could have done was just have like us do like FRQs for that like period of time.
Yeah.
And then give us the doc so we could do all the words on our own.
Yeah.
Because they're all just on there. So you
Right.
could just do your own like definitions and stuff. And you'd be like, I don't know, relearning it all. And if you have questions, just do like, just go in the morning or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it is what it is. What about you, Luke? Did you go to the Kev party?
Nah, I took chemistry.
Oh, you took the exam?
Yeah.
How was it
I
for you?
definitely got kicked on the multiple choice, but the FRQ I think was fine.
Good.
There was like a whole FRQ we didn't learn, so I think I failed that whole entire one. But there's batteries. Yeah. Some battery stuff. Then I celebrated World Burrito Day. Is that the mic? Yeah, it's the mic. Oh, I did. Yeah, I had the mic. I ate that burrito like 2 hours ago. I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Wait, so you celebrated World Burrito Day on your own?
No, my family just brought me back a
World
burrito.
Burrito Day? Oh,
Yeah, it's World Burrito Day.
We got burritos. I got some boys.
Yeah, we got hot.
That was so good. I got hot.
Yo, you celebrate World Burrito Day?
Down boy by hot heads.
Is Jack Hayes there?
None for you.
They gave me an interview.
I thought they give you an interview and you failed it.
Uh-oh.
I don't know, dude.
We're the sophomore goons that really
I'm passing the mic.
Passing the mic.
Good, dude. Alright, I'll take it back.
Back to Jaeger.
I'm back in like some
Dude, are you running this weekend?
Yeah.
What's the event?
The 1200 for the medley.
Yep. Willie, Dylan, and Andrew Sliber.
Yo, that's pretty cool.
Huh? What? For the 4 mile. He was in the squad.
Did you hear about Project 19?
Oh, yeah.
Project 19. Are you trying to break 19?
Yeah, you're gonna see the edit.
Better.
You're making an edit?
Yeah, Dylan made us snippet of an edit.
Oh, you made one. Oh, yeah, we made one. Yeah.
I'm gonna put one here yet.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, isn't there? There is a Project 19 thing on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it Medit or?
It's kind of at it.
Oh wait, no, it's like
Only
the,
one picture of us.
No, wait, is it like the
Good morning, champion.
Yeah,
They put champion on my
put
grave.
champion on my
headstone.
headstone?
Yeah.
Excuse us.
What is this?
So, for this Project 19 to be successful, it sounds like they have to run 445s.
Yeah, I
for
think
the mile
so.
splits. I think they're capable of that.
Oh no, 100%.
Barring the weather, of course, because it's supposed to rain like all day.
No, that's fair. As long as
Otherwise-
we're not getting hailed on,
Exactly.
I think they can do it.
Yeah. No, I'm so excited. Like, first track meet of the season is always a blast,
Oh yeah,
in my humble opinion.
it always is because it's everyone. Everyone gets a fresh slate to just do what they can and then work from there.
Exactly.
And I mean, even with our time trials, we had some pretty good times, even in the hail and like 15-mile-an-hour winds. We had plenty of guys producing sub 5 miles.
Seriously, that was very impressive.
So I think we're definitely prepared, and the junior squad has a very big team dynamic. They're always competitive with each other and willing to like work against but with each other at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. And next year they'll be the backbone of this program, so
Oh yeah,
it better be good.
I think that'll be a strong senior class.
Now I'm curious to hear some of your insights as the captain of this team. Has that changed your perspective at all?
I feel like it's definitely made me realize that sure, we can have coaches and whatnot, but the captains are ultimately the ones who kind of like get the inner workings. Well, no, not necessarily the inner workings, but you know, we kind of like help practice get along, and it's maybe a bigger job than it seems. And you don't need to be like some outstanding, like, you know, coach or nothing to be a captain. But it's definitely it's a responsibility to take up, especially having like, you know, you don't really expect what the full season has to bring.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's definitely more, you have more direct involvement in the team
Yeah.
than a coach would. You're
Oh
like
yeah,
sort of a conduit between the guys and the coach.
yeah. No, I'd say so. It's, you know, because the captain, you're supposed to work with the guys and sort of have them be represented almost
Right.
in a way. But
So
yeah,
from a captain's perspective, is there anyone in particular on the team that you think is due for a breakthrough season? It's looking good to you.
I think Max Dietz definitely has he has some possibility. You know, he's been putting out decent times in the 800, and with this meet coming up, I feel like he'll definitely have either a make or break moment of like where he's going.
I agree. He's already come such a long way too.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what he ran freshman year, but nothing crazy. And then this year, he ran like 17:10 out of nowhere at Bowling Tangy.
Oh yeah, no, he definitely kind of just shot out of nowhere and
Yeah.
definitely put his name on the map for potential people to look out for.
Yeah, no, he went from like standard issue JV guy to contender for varsity
Yeah.
in like 2 weeks. Pretty impressive.
And only time will tell what it'll shape into for the track season.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I'm definitely excited to see where this team goes and what we can accomplish.
Me too. I think we have an incredible talent pool. and a good foundation from the winter.
Oh yeah.
And it's up to us, the upperclassmen, to kind of keep everyone in line, hold each other accountable.
Make sure we're getting the most out of being a team.
Yeah. And again, we say that every year. We have to actually act on it.
Yeah, that's a big part.
And with that, we're now arriving in the parking lot of the good old Fort Meigs State Park. Finished up our 45-minute easy run.
Yep. Slightly sunnier out.
Yeah, beautiful day. And that'll conclude the podcast, episode number 2. Thank you, Jaeger.
Thank you for having me.
For listening.